Ever wondered why sometimes your decisions and actions don't align with your explicit beliefs or values? Ever found yourself leaning towards a certain notion, even when all facts and logic point elsewhere? The answer to these seemingly puzzling behaviors lies in a psychological phenomenon known as implicit bias. Implicit bias refers to the unconscious attitudes or stereotypes that influence our understanding, actions, and decisions. These biases, residing deep within our subconscious, can have a profound impact on how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Imagine walking down a street late at night. You see two individuals approaching, one dressed in a business suit, the other in a hoodie. Despite not knowing anything about these individuals, your mind may unconsciously feel more threatened by the person in the hoodie. This is an example of implicit bias. Or consider the world of academia. Studies have shown that when evaluating identical resumes, those with traditionally male names are often rated more favorably than those with traditionally female names. Again, this is implicit bias at work, and it's not just about gender or appearance. Implicit bias can span across various dimensions, including race, age, weight, disability status, and more. For instance, a teacher may unconsciously expect less from students of a certain racial or ethnic group, thereby influencing their teaching methods and grading. So why does this happen? Our brains, in an attempt to process vast amounts of information, use shortcuts to categorize and make sense of the world. While this helps in decision-making, it also leads to the formation of implicit biases. Now, it's important to remember that having implicit biases doesn't necessarily make one prejudiced or discriminatory. These biases are universal, and everyone has them. However, the key lies in recognizing and managing them. The first step to tackle implicit bias is awareness. By becoming aware of our biases, we can start to question and challenge them. Techniques like mindfulness and perspective taking can also help in reducing implicit bias. Next, we can strive to expose ourselves to diverse perspectives and experiences. This can help in breaking down stereotypes and reshaping our unconscious biases. Finally, institutions can adopt practices that minimize the impact of implicit bias. For instance, in hiring processes, blinding resumes can help in reducing bias based on gender, race, or other factors. To summarize, implicit bias is a subconscious phenomenon influencing our perceptions, actions, and decisions. It can span across multiple dimensions and can have significant real-world implications. However, by becoming aware of these biases and actively working to reduce them, we can strive towards more equitable and fair interactions. Understanding implicit bias doesn't provide an excuse for discriminatory behavior, but it does offer a starting point for us to question our unconscious assumptions and strive for fairness. After all, it's the unexamined biases that hold the power. Once brought into the light, they lose much of their influence. Remember, the journey of mitigating implicit bias is a continuous one. It's about striving to be better each day, questioning our subconscious assumptions, and making an effort to see the world through a more equitable lens.
Black Trollperspective.